Today we're going to be making a bed frame for a dog bed for our porch. Currently our dog loves to jump up on the porch and get up on the couch and rest there, making a couch a mess. We think he likes the height, so we're going to make a nice big dog bed, paint it brown just like the furniture, and that's the project for the day.
So here I have a 2x4, and I'm going to cut it into two lengths about 16 inches. The final length will be 15, but for right now we're just going to rough cut it to 15 inches. Each one of these will eventually be ripped down to about a little less than 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So here we are running the planer, and I'm just going to take the 2x4 and run it through a few times, just taking off a little bit until the surface of the 2x4 is cleaned up. It's not really important what thickness it is. I'm probably taking about a 30-second off each side. And now we're just going to cut the 2x4s to size, and what you won't see is I'll run them right back to the planer again just to clean them up on all four sides. Now we're cutting them to length. Cutting these to 15 inches, but you know, the dimension just needs to be whatever works for you. Here I am at the router table using a 1/4 inch round over bit, running through each corner just to take off just a perfect amount. And I'm going to go through this 4 times until it all gets done. Now we're just going to joint one edge of the boards. These are going to be the boards for the side, so I just want them to be nice and straight. These are actually old boards that were once shelves and closets, and you can see there's a lot of black spray paint and such on them from different, just using them as scrap, but they'll plane down nicely and they'll be some pretty boards. Now we're taking those boards and we're trimming them to width. This case I chose 7 inches. That'll allow 3 inches for the leg to fasten, 2 and 4 inches. It's 3/4 inch for the board, and about 3 1/4 inches for the depth of the bed to sit on top of the dog bed. Now I'm taking some of the scrap and cutting into 1.5 inch wide strips. This will actually go on the inside of the bed rails, and this is what the boards that go in the bottom will lay onto. Now we're taking these same boards and we're going to run through the planer. This isn't the best for the knives on the planer, but it gets rid of all the old paint and grime where things were left on these boards that were leaking. And the wood itself is actually really nice wood. It's older, it grains nice and tight, and it just works out well. Now we're going to trim the boards to length. In my case, these were 43.5 inches long, and the other dimension was 33 inches. Again, this just depends upon your bed that you're using. And what I do first is I get one side all cleaned up, and then I'll actually mark them and cut them to length. Just as I was getting ready to put it together, my wife came downstairs and she said, "You know, this is not very fancy looking. We need to do something to improve it." So having a CNC machine I built a few years back, I decided to take some old artwork I had, and they consist of a few paws and my dog's name, which is Cappy, which is short for Captain Hook, and actually engrave that into the board on the front. And so what you'll see here is the CNC machine has been sped up 10 times its normal speed, And you can see it working on the paw, and then working on the name, Cappy, getting this put on here. And eventually when I paint it, I'll end up filling this in with a teal color, and the rest of the bench will be painted a brown. So as you can see here, I've gotten everything laid out, and I have Cappy's name on it, engraved on the CNC machine. And so now I'm going to put it all together using polyurethane glue and a nail gun, making sure that I put the nails closer to the inside, so if when I round this over with the router, I don't have any problems with the router hitting the nails. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So in this scene, you can see me working on assembling it. I'm using polyurethane glue and nails, and the glue will end up holding it all together in the end, but I want to make sure it was waterproof because this area could get a little bit of rain onto it from time to time. Now I'm checking it for square. In this scene, I was using my GoPro, and I left the back on so you couldn't hear me speaking. What I'm telling you is I have the 4 legs, they're already been sanded. I have a spacer that I'm putting in the corner, and then I'm just lowering the leg onto that, gluing it in place, and then nailing it while the glue dries. The spacer is then removed and used for the next corner. When all that's done, I take those rails that I cut earlier, they were 1.5 inches wide by 3/4 inch thick, and I'm just going to glue those to the inside of the bed rails at the same height of the leg. This will leave a nice even platform for placing the pine boards on that will support the bed itself. So now I'm taking some older boards. These again were used as shelving in a closet or two around our house, and I am cutting them to length, which is 33 inches or a little less, 32 7/8, and these boards will sit underneath the bed. I used 3 of these boards. They were about basically 1x12s, and then I had to go back and cut another piece just to fill it in.
Cappy, Cappy, come. Cappy, look. Cappy, here's your new bed. Jump up there. That's your new bed. There you go. That's the end of the project.